Testing. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Turkey sandwich. Turkey sandwich. Testing. Testing. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and so on. Ollie accent free. LA, are you there? Present. All right, so what we finna do is turn this sound down, cause it's busting out my eardrum. All right, let me see if this is good enough. Jussie Smollett, good enough. Yeah, he back in the news again. Back in the highlights again. What he do now? Out there selling fake shoes, knockoff shoes instead of wild stories and allegedly. Allegedly, dog. How many times you folks got to say that now? Let me get this cord set up real quick while anybody in here. Ain't nobody up in this chat. Gosh almighty. You have to speak it into existence, LA. I have over 100K in my chat. Now, is it me? Did the music turn down, or are these earmuffs really earmuffing today and blocking out the sound? Dang on it. What in the world is going on? I've got some music going on in the background, a soft music bed. Let me refresh the page so I can hear it to see if it's good to my taste. And then we gonna get on the road again. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I can stand to turn it down just a little smidget more. So let me see how this sounds now. It sounds like the same. What's going on today? Am I becoming hearing impaired? Oh, help me, Lord. I have so much life to live. All right, let me test this out real quick. I'm going to place this down here. Y'all, I don't know what's happening to me right now, but this is not going to be edited out. LA is having auditory issues live on screen. Let me try it now. That's good. Okay, so the sound is sounding perfectly to a nice Dewey Decimal System of, oh my gosh, it's too loud. Can you turn it down? We are beyond that. Shouts out to, yes, Elay TV. Must be time to eat again because I'm not all the way there. Let me see here. Start a poll. Shouts out to YouTube for allowing me to use this feature now. Viewers can vote on the poll. And what I mean by that is having the access to do this on my cellular phone, because as what do you call this, technology changes, computers change too, and I like how I'm able to do this from my phone opposed to my Chromebook, because it was kind of difficult to put the emojis in here. So which chicken? I know I'm still back on the chicken, y'all, but let me just put which chicken you like. Elay, your black is showing. Honey, I am black. There's no escaping it. Let me find chicken. Chicken. Y'all remember that episode on Pepper Ann, a Disney cartoon, where the mom and daughter duo, it was the trio, it was the mom and two daughters. They were actually up there singing about how much they like chicken. They were like, chicken, I like chicken. I'm like, Disney? Okay, I guess we turning a new leaf. CHU, y'all talking and pushing buttons at the same time. It's not my calling. Let's see here. CHU, and it has nothing to do with age, because I was falling asunder during my time. CHURCHES, churches, chicken. CHIC, churches chicken. Let's go, churches chicken. Yes, we have Popeyes. Here we go again. I might spell it wrong. POPYI. Help me. Added option. We have churches. Oh yeah, KFC. Don't that sound like you powering up? Yeah. Yeah, since ain't nobody clipping nothing around here off my channel, I'll clip myself after the end of this live. Let's see, which chicken you like? Church's chicken, Popeye's chicken, KFC. Okay, so I have the box going. Oh, man, my eyes watering. Help me. We gonna power through this. I know that's right. I hope y'all can see it. It's kind of small, but there it is. Here it is, y'all. Here it is. I wonder if I can make it a little lower. That's not too bad. It's covering up some of my glorious hair, but hey, moving forward. What do we have around here? Today is not November 3rd. It's November 4th. Dang it, it's December. Falling apart. Falling apart on this live stream. We only 4 days into December. LA, is this how you gonna lead through the rest of the month? I surely hope not. It is December 4th, 2025. And I need to get this box out of my line of sight. All right, line of sight. so I can gladly move forward into the way I should go. Oh, look at me be smart. I'm being smart as usual. All right, today we are going to be going over the reaction review Joe Budden podcast episode 876, and the title is as following: Streets Need a Body. And I put, oh my goodness, right? Oh my goodness, what they talking about? I would like to believe that they are metaphorically speaking. Yes, they are metaphorically speaking. How are you doing? Hey, I'm holding it together. Like D.L. Hughley said, kids messed around and ate all the big pieces of chicken. They're supposed to save the big pieces of chicken for their dad. The mom stressing and having to sew all the small pieces together to make one big piece. Welcome into the live stream. I have the link in the description box below. So if you want to follow along with me, these will be live, unscripted reactions to said topic. Shouts out to AI Overview for putting down in the summary eventually after this video finishes rendering or whatever, where for the replay gang to be like, this is where she actually starts the story. Let me get this up real quick. Let me find it. That's the one I did. Now that was fun. Okay, videos. LA, just click the link. I know. Let me just click the link. How many times have I told y'all just click the link at the bottom and it'll take you directly where you're supposed to go? What I don't like is when I click my own link, it kicks me out of where I'm currently at, and it's like, man. So let me get this set up. Push that to the left. Get this tab going and go back to my page and go into the live so I can see what you guys comments are saying while I'm actually looking this way, watching and listening to the podcast. I gotta fix this light real quick. Oh man, that's so much better. Okay. The Joe Budden Podcast, episode 878, Streets Need a Body. This was from 2 weeks ago. They've been cranking out the episodes. You know, let's go. Of course, they're gonna dive right into a commercial. Oh my goodness, can you believe it? I'm actually started. Yes, one character after the other. Just type, and you finally get there. Let's see. Oh, I can skip the commercial. How long I've been watching the pod? Mainly how long I've been listening to the pod. Now, I don't follow it feverishly like the Harry Potter saga, and I like the Harry Potter saga, and I still don't know everything about it. I started listening to it more so maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago. But yeah, it was a listen. But actually watching it, like how you can watch it on YouTube, it seemed like 2.5 years for actually watching it, but I was more so a listener. Yo. So the link is in the description below to the video we're going to be responding and reacting to. I already have it queued up. You said KFC original chicken? Oh, wow. I chose Church's chicken. Let me put my answer down in here real quick. Yeah, because of course I'm not allowed to vote in the chat. So I had to type out what I want. CHICKEN. Let me put in leg and then it'll come up. I chose Church's. CHOSE. Dang, how you spell C-H-U-R? Y'all, it's gonna be a long day today. I chose churches. Moving forward. Y'all should have saw me trying to figure out how to spell Popeyes. I was like, The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by this podcast as well as its hosts are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, and telling things about themselves. And blah, blah, blah. Popeyes in the hizzy. Did you survive the chicken sandwich scandal? When the chicken sandwiches came out, well, of course, because you're talking to me. Congratulations, you lived to see another day. You remember when those Popeyes, the chicken sandwiches came out? Oh my goodness. Mike, 1 check, 1 2. There she is. Mona is on here. How come? So that threw me off. Wait a second. Here. So how come they didn't have that in the thumbnail? Mona the Vampire. Let's see here. Wow. I'm looking through here real quick. How was Mona on the thumbnail? She had to not been on the thumbnail because I wouldn't have reacted the way I'm acting now. All right, so we got a girl on the chat. I be getting the tenders though. See, so do you only like the tenders from Popeyes or like collectively everything? Everything meaning the chicken legs and all the other chicken pieces, or is it just mainly the chicky tenders? That's how the creepy little children with the tiny teeth. Chicky tenders. I'm like, oh, help me. They might bite my leg. So you mean to tell me is spelled 2 different ways? If that's the case, no wonder I'm up here struggling. It's a sad shame. They make life too complicated. Let me open up another tab really quickly because, yo, I didn't know she was going to be in this one. That's dope. Come on, computer, work with me. We all in this together. Come on now, I want to see. Inquiry minds want to know. Minimize, maximize, new window. Move it over to the left. And what is that? 878. What the age? Let me verify this first before I jump to that conclusion. 878. Okay, I'm going to it right now. The thumbnail is there. She is. Oh my gosh. Maybe because she's so small. Well, there she is. But nonetheless, let me get back to it. Did you open the podcast 878? Let me. Okay. Yay! Who tried to get who this morning? They already starting off the podcast. Marcus talking about, was they trying to get you this morning? What are you talking about? Can't pull over. No, I'm having a good day. Oh, keep it together. Here they come. Boo. What can I help you with, your officer? Is there a problem? You don't want to say there's no problem. What do you mean? I didn't say you had a problem. Uh-oh. Good times. Yeah. They go. Put on them bracelets. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. How y'all doing? Let me get back here. I'm already running my mouth. That's why I hit the pause button. So Joe is sporting the Popeye the Sailor Man hat, and this time it is yellow with another hoodie, giving way that it's cold. It is dark. What is it? It is dark outside and hell is hot. He's giving his hoodie, giving that the heat may not be on the set once again, thusly making me feel cold as well. Everybody is on the set bundled up again. Do y'all have a window open that we don't know about? Because every time y'all all now that the fall time is here, y'all be dressed up like some Eskimos. I hope y'all get y'all stuff together. Mona, shouts out to you, girl with the long blonde hair. But once again, she done took out a paw animal and is wearing the fur today. It must be tough out there on the set. Let me keep going. Everybody is bundled up. Hoodies, coats. This town parks don't have on shorts, so it must be cold. Every time I get chicken from KFC, it tastes like it's been sitting out for days. Sitting out 4 days or 4 full days. Same difference. Yeah. Tomato. It's a sad shame. Stale chicken. So if that's the case, which it probably unfortunately is, you're going to have to hit reverse in the drive-thru, be like, boom, 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 or blow the horn. Hey! This chicken old. You think they gonna take care of the situation? Sir, calm down. I am calm. As you slowly start to turn into Samuel Jackson. Woman, I am calm. Uh-oh. Quickly, prepare the chicken correctly. We don't want no problems. You F with KFC, though? Well, I like the pot pies and the chicken strips. Hi, what's going on? All right, Mona with her fur coat on. Rest in peace to the animal who was lost and slain in the name of fashion. No, just joking. We all know it's a what do you fancy people say? A fox fur? I know I said it wrong. Faux fur. Shout out to the faux fur. Mona is wearing the chinchilla mink bear coat is on, nails done to match the lipstick. Now that's a cute look. Mona, what color is that? Because your nails are matching the lipstick. That's a pretty shade, very complimentary. That's a shade that I could wear. That's nice. I think you're suffering from the side effects of learning too much quantum mechanics and also watching Quantum Leap at the same time. Warning, do not watch Quantum Leap while studying quantum mechanics because you might fizz out. Thank you for welcome in from Israel. How are you doing today? I'm having a good time for a certain amount of time. Let's see what Mona's about to say. Mona, that's a really pretty coat. Y'all zoom in on the earrings. Okay, I'm having a girl moment because I'm a woman. Her earrings are really pretty. Mona, today's look in podcast episode 873. Mona is wearing a pretty ensemble with the fur coat, the fancy schmancy loop earrings with the dangly things. Her hair is blonde, side part combed to the side with some light bounce to the curls and some light blue jeans. It's been a long time since I've actually seen light blue jeans. So shouts out to Mona for bringing me back to the realities of light blue jeans, because I'm really going for the darker shade of jeans because I know me enough to know that I'm going to end up spilling something on them. So to save face, I'll get dark blue jeans. That's a pretty color. Y'all need to do zoom ins on her nails, y'all. Come on. Oh my goodness. Mona's dog, they went to a commercial right there. Mona's talking about wanting to go meet someone up at Target and punch him. Somebody made Mona mad on her time off. Let me skip this commercial. That commercial is advertising a game. Wow, so they're talking about Gap, like the clothing. I like their commercials. Remember the commercials that Gap had like when they first came out? Hype. I like how the store is set up. I haven't been in there in a long time, but the last time I went into there, I really like the neatness and the cleanliness of the Gap because there's a place for everything. And if you don't feel like putting together an outfit, just like Funky Dineva said, you can just go in there and the outfit's set up already and you don't have to worry about trying to put together an outfit. They already have the outfits kind of pretty much set up so you can just find your size and go out the door. The outfits are cute. I like when they come out with the shorts. Everything is cute. How can you not like Gap? 100 hoodies for what? For what? Let me see. I want to make sure I'm understanding this right. I'm getting ready to be a girl and Google this. Let me see here. So you mean to tell me the Gap, maybe this is for rich people. Do the Gap have 100 hoodies for a certain amount of money? I know they usually have BOGOs, like buy one, get ones. And I'm thinking about JCPenney. Shouts out to JCPenney's for BOGOs. Do the... Y'all have me up here looking for shopping and stuff. Do the Gap have a like so let me look for a set price. Well, this video was 2 weeks old, so if they did have a sale on the hoodies, I missed it. Let's see here. The Gap. Let me go put that in AI mode. Let's see what we have here. Now let me minimize this and scooch it over while AI overview loads up everything for me so I can read to you guys. I'm already finding myself looking up things already on this live stream because they're talking about the Gap. Mona brought it up, and I like their clothes, and she confessed that she likes those things too. Joel isn't disagreeing. He says he likes the things there as well, so we about to find out. Gap is currently offering significant discounts on individual hoodies rather than a so many for a set price bundle. As part of a current sale like Cyber Mondays, Black Mondays, and Friday promotions, you can find up to 60% off on select really big deals. Wow. Or 50% off site-wide with prices starting as low as around $23 to $31 for some styles. Okay, hoodies, here for it. You live and you learn. Let me get back to this podcast so I can learn something new. Excuse me. As soon as I find y'all have too many tabs open. What the age? LA, what are you doing? Close some of the tabs. Child, I'm trying. Oh, girl, did I close the wrong tab? I done closed the wrong tab. Trying to clean it up. Hang on. While that loads up, let me put some flowers in the chat to make things pretty. Bam. And home history. Come on, girl. There we are. And the next order of business, 878. There we are. I found it again, y'all. Oh, Mona, that's not a game. They're talking about babysitting. They're talking about babysitting. So like if you're babysitting, you know, and they have a cute outfit on and that's the day wears on, do you like switch the kid into a new outfit? Common knowledge says yes, but you have to have at least 2 changes because babies get messy. And so what Mona is saying is she has the same, she shares the same sentiment, but the thing is, you know, when you redress them, they don't return the outfit. Exactly. But it's right up there with that situation. So let's say it's dinner time, right? Everybody, it's dinner time, meaning like holiday season is here and people take plates home. And you're like, please bring back my Tupperware. Most of the time they don't. So that's the same sentiment. So like when you're babysitting or something and the kid gets something spilled on their clothes or a diaper blowout, heaven forbid, but it comes up, hey, what's going on? And so a diaper blowout, so you have to change the kids' clothes. Those clothes that you put on them, the parents, you know, they don't necessarily return it back. So that's what they're talking about. It's situations like that. No different from giving somebody a plate of food on a pretty plate and they don't bring it back. That can be so annoying. So Mona says that it's easier to find more girl clothes than boys clothes. It seemed like that for just a small portion of time, meaning when I was growing up. But maybe because I was a girl, but I could not help but see when we were going back to school shopping, it seemed like the girls' departments were always bigger than the guys' departments. But modern day stuff is so much to choose from. Let me listen to what she's saying. Shoto Mona. Oh, look at y'all. You see their Christmas cups they're holding. Shouts out to the winter inspired, Christmas inspired coffee cups. That might be Starbucks and not Dixie Cut. Everybody is keeping warm. Ish's up there with a whole tumbler. Don't know what's in that or not, but I'm going to assume it's something to keep them warm because, like I said, they're dressed in their fall winter attire, so it's making me assume that it's cold on the set. Spaghetti. Now they're talking about food. She said we have spaghetti for a month. Hey, spaghetti for a month, or bologna sandwiches for a month. So they're looking at Mona crazy because she was like she's tired of spaghetti because coming up, that's one of the staples that they use to get by. Some people opt for a pot of beans. That was my mom's thing, a pot of beans. Oh my gosh. Beans all day, all month if things was tight. You knew things was really, really, really tight if all we have for dinner for 25,000 days in a row was beans. But Mona is saying that's the same philosophy with her when it came to the spaghetti. But everybody looking at her like, you don't like spaghetti? Oh no, they all stopped and started mumbling under their breath. You don't like spaghetti? Like those was fighting words. That's kind of like, you go to a nightclub, and somebody be like, hey, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but you're going out on a nightclub and you yell out in the parking lot, I don't like listening to Tupac music. Everybody gonna be like, what did you just say? And their heads are gonna start turning around like those creepy dolls. And it's gonna get eerily dark and quiet. And then people are just gonna their eyes are gonna start rolling in the back of their head, and they're gonna start levitating like Max on Stranger Things, and they're gonna start lurching toward you. I think that's what's getting ready to happen to Mona. They like, how you like spaghetti? Even Parks is like, that can't be the fact. Yeah, because when times was hard, we ate a lot of beans. Cornbread, Jiffy. When we was, that was it. If we were, man, like they said, if we had to eat spaghetti every day, that's a come up because spaghetti requires meat. The meat, the sauce, and the vegetables that go in it, and all of the additional seasonings. So to me, in my eyes, you're living a step up if all you had in your family budget was spaghetti, because all we had was beans. And it didn't require meat. I mean, we broke it down to the bare minimum. Put the water in, put the beans in, put whatever seasonings you had available, and walk away. And that was it. And a slice of bread. We had this bread store where they sold day-old bread. So we had the day-old bread, and that was that. Yeah, how you doing? Hercules is coming on tomorrow at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. High five. Bam. Thank you for coming in. Y'all, we just really getting started. But they've already rolled into a conversation that's got my wheels spinning. I am 5 minutes, 54 seconds into the Joe Budden Podcast, episode 878, Streets Need a Body. And they're currently talking about spaghetti and having to stretch a meal. I like this moment right now because it is talking about, when times were hard, small beginnings, humble beginnings. So this is really cool right here. It wasn't new spaghetti. She put sugar, ground beef, and green pepper and onion in there. See, exactly. So we share the same sentiments when it comes to that. If you were able to put all that in there, you weren't as bad off as you thought. But once again, everybody's definition of being poor and struggle food, this is a reflection of everyone's point of view of being rock bottom. Just like Ish was saying, it's like you put all that in your spaghetti, then you wouldn't broke then. Because my mom said, spaghetti, I won't be able to make spaghetti today because the hamburger is too high. Which is why we ate beans. Happy birthday, Sade. Happy birthday, girl. How did her birthday go? I'm 2 weeks behind. Did she have a good birthday, y'all? I sure did. We ate other stuff too, but primarily beans was our staple. Greens. Shouts out to my grandpa. If it wasn't for my grandfather, we'd probably be starving because a lot of the food we ate, my grandfather was our saving grace because he had a lot of gardens. So he would give us garbage bags full of greens that we had to pick, wash, separate, get the bugs out, real garden food. And he would give us tomatoes that he grew out of his garden, snap beans. So I would be back there on that porch shucking beans, learn how to separate the greens and all that stuff, wash it and all that. So yeah, had it not been for my grandfather, we would probably be super in a bad spot. Mom Spaghetti, shouts out to Eminem. Man, those nails are really pretty, y'all. If there's some ladies in the chat, I am on episode 878. Mona's got some pretty fingernail polish on and it matches her nails. Hopefully in this episode, she'll tell us what color it is. No, raw, it's the Roshwater. Dun. Make this money, something money. Let's get it. Okay, moving forward. They're getting ready to officially get started at the 7-minute mark. They're playing an audio. Oh my gosh, so they're playing the tape right now, and on the tape the guy is saying, why would you stay at someone's house when you can afford to pay for a hotel? I'm thinking of, he's talking about like when you're traveling in or something and you want to crash with your friends for a couple of nights. He said, why would you do that when you can be in a hotel? Some people have good friends, but for me, I'm here for it too. You got to have a peace of mind, It's not like we're 12 or 17 like the Stranger Things kids. We're all grown now. Everyone needs their space. Let me listen to more of this audio. And so he's talking about the awkwardnesses of it because you won't be able to roam freely. You won't be able to roam freely if you're staying at a friend's house for a couple of nights because you're just passing through. Yeah, you need your own space. He's doing a mic check at the 7-minute 53 marker. Let's go. Slow and steady wins the race. I will take my time and pace on this December 4th, 2025. He's on the mixer. How come everybody don't have a computer? It'll be nice. Or some Apple tablets so they can fact check things or keep themselves abreast, like how it's on the commercial now. Like, I'm not well versed on a lot of things, but I know of some things. So wouldn't it be nice to have Apple tablets? So when there's downtime, when someone may not know about the conversation but want to chime in, they can quickly be typing it in and getting a rough edge synopsis of the said topic that the party is having. And then you can kind of reiterate what you summarized, because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I think no one should be left behind on the podcast. I think everyone should at least have an Apple tablet. And I'm saying Apple because he's got an Apple computer. So one band, one sound. Everybody has an Apple tablet so they can tap in there and chime in on the conversation. That's what news reporters do. They have their little tablets down on the thing. So if they're not abreast of what they're talking about, type it in and chime in. Oh, and Mona. Yeah. Welcome to 878. Oh, look at the shoes. Those are nice. They're blue, white, and yellow. They actually look a little bit comfortable. And it looks like, now those shoes like that with that type of sole at the bottom, it be tricking me, because to me, from the outside looking in, it looks like I won't slip. But those be the type of shoes what you wear in the grocery store. Somebody squeezed some lemon juice on the floor and you just so happen to be the one in those type of shoes and you slip. Those look like some sconies. That's how you say it, right? Sconies, shonies, pepperonis. The shoes with the 3 dots on the side. My holy. Oh, boom. I'm getting ready to look it up because that's what those shoes remind me of really quickly. Now, his shoes match Mona's jacket. So, I need to see what type of shoes Mona is wearing with her outfit, because maybe they need to swap shoes. Not like that, but y'all be like, girl, these shoes match your outfit. I'm going to be a man, a gentleman, and a scholar. And how you put these shoes on while we on the set so, you know, it can really make your whole outfit pop. So, I'm about to look up those shoes, because those are nice. And I think from a peasant's mind, because I'm talking about rich people, from a peasant's point of view, those look like sconies, but they're probably some undisclosed private label shoes for $100,000 per shoe. But let me see. The blue, white, and yellow lace one. Let me see here. Let me pull up an image to see if I can find those shoes. Man, those look like those shoes right there. Let me move. Boy, I wish I could do a Google Lens real quick. Can I do a Google Lens to see what shoes he got on? But they match Mona's outfit. So now I'm going to have to be on the lookout of what shoes Mona's wearing. Shoe cam on Mona, please. Now they're talking about public bathrooms. Boy, they be switching gears quick. Pun intended. That wasn't that serious. A nursing home. Wait a minute. So Mark said he was going to the restroom, and all the stalls in the restroom were occupied with unflushed toilets, and the toilets were filled with cow poo. So he decided to go to the bathroom at an old folks home. I understand wanting to be safe and wanting to have a clean environment, but racetrack has some clean bathrooms. Maybe there wasn't a racetrack around. Let's hear this story because Mona says it's going to get crazy. So that means she must have heard it already. All right, let's let him finish. He went to 7-Eleven. Okay, so he's not going. My leg falling asleep. So he did go to the 7-Eleven bathroom, but he said there was street pharmaceuticals laying on the floor. So he was like, I'm not going in there. So he went to go somewhere safe. Sunrise Senior Living. Oh my gosh, he's got the business card to the name of the bathroom where he went to. Excuse me, at the senior citizens home. Excuse me, what's going on? High five. Bam. Welcome in. Today I am reviewing the live reactionary video for the Joe Budden podcast, episode 878. The link is in the description below if you want to follow along. I am only at the 10-minute marker because they came in talking right away and started bringing up things that sparked my interest. And we're almost an hour in and only covered 10 minutes of this podcast. Hey, what's going on? Wow, long time no see. High five. Bam. How's the fam doing? I know they're doing great. Keep up the good work holding your family down over there and growing your YouTube channel. What's going on, the Hendon? The Joe Budden podcast, episode 878 is what we're talking about. Yeah, we're doing good over here too. Feeling good, feeling great. Feeling great, feeling good. How are you? So Mark Hill said that he went to a senior citizen's bathroom. Oh man, because all the other bathrooms he went to were dirty. What am I gonna ask? Oh no, Mona, no! She's asking that question for real. Oh my gosh, they're crazy. So they're talking about a couple of things on there that I haven't found the eloquent words to say what they're talking about. But it's crazy nonetheless. Joe was holding his head down like, girl. Churches is the bomb. Yeah, so we have which chicken you like on the survey. We have 17% voting for Church's chicken. Popeye's chicken is at 42%. And KFC is 42%. Church's chicken is off the chain. And I like the fried okra. No, she didn't say that. They're talking about something. We are 11 minutes 44 seconds into the live stream. It's silly. Oh, I need to be drinking my tea. The biscuits are really good. I've had Popeye's biscuits, of course, but I like Church's chickens, and I like the butter packets that Church's chicken gives with you. It don't seem like the butter recipe changed too much. Out of all the years that they've been, serving chicken to people, the butter packets are the bomb. Oh, there's the shoes again. I want to see if I could do a Google Lens on the shoes. Everybody's got beverages, but I'm assuming that there's a Starbucks. It is Starbucks. They didn't cover up the label. They've got these really cool Starbucks Christmas cups, y'all. Yeah, it's cold here too. For the past few days, the weather has been rainy, and it's been that type of rain where it's cold now. It's the kind that make you want to jog into the building real quick. Heck, sprint into the building because it is too cold. Yeah, in the grand state of Georgia. Oh, yeah, man. Yep. here in Georgia. They're talking about his girlfriend or his fiance's birthday. I want to know what she got for her birthday. That'd be cool that they could do a special video with Sade and talk about the gifts that she got. It can be like a small girls moment. I don't know what they're going to do next year, but that would be nice if they incorporated her more, or at least a small segment with, you know, her and Mona, and they talk about girl stuff. Nope. No, sirree, Bob. Good afternoon. High five. Mona says she's poor. No, Mona. So she's talking about the ordinance of gift giving. That's dope. So they're asking Joe, like, when celebrating his girlfriend's birthday, how do they roll out the gifts? Because a lot of people do the birthday month. I did a birthday month and it's fun. Because why not? I like having the birthday celebration for a whole month. Yay! Oh, man. Shout out to the birthday gift. No, I see those shoes. Those aren't Sconies. But it's styled after that type of shoe. Like I said, it's probably some aristocrat type of sneaker, but it mirrors the Scony sneaker. So next I want to see what shoe Mona is wearing. They haven't shown how Mona's shoes look. Cool. What? He's still talking about those jellyfish shoes. Did he ever get those shoes yet? Let me see. Oh, so Mona's asking the same questions I'm wondering. You know, girl talk. What's on her birthday list? What kind of stuff she asked for? You know, how are you going to roll out the presents? Oh, you know what? I'm looking at these shoes online. They've got the name on the back of the heel of the shoe, like at the top, I should say. So right around the where the Achilles heel is for your foot, that's where the name is on the shoe. So perhaps, since the angle isn't going to show the back of the shoe, that still could be those types of shoes. So I'll leave it at that. Let me see what's up with these jellyfish shoes. Cost that famous people want. Are those shoes by Adidas? These shoes have been mentioned several times. And I'm on commercial break, so I'm going to use this commercial break to check out these shoes. The jellyfish shoes made popular by celebrities like Pharrell Williams. Okay, well. Made popular by celebrities like Pharrell Williams, who designed them, typically had an initial retail price of $300 US, but now can sell for significantly more than a resale market, after ranging from $500 to over $1,000 US. The shoe in question is the Pharrell and Adidas 8 Star Jellyfish, also known as the Pharrell and Virginia 8 Star Jellyfish. That's not too high of a price. I mean, thinking about in the realm of celebrities, the starting price was only $300. Now they are upping the price to $1,000. That's not too tough of a price. Coming from the point of view if you're a sneakerhead, right? That's a fair amount. Okay, so now I've been informed on those jellyfish. Let me skip past this commercial for a cell phone service that I don't want. Not from them. Excuse me. So what are they about to talk about now? A debate, Rory. We're having a debate. Oh my goodness. Are we just on this part? I'm gonna listen to... Oh boy. Oh wait, what happened? What? Oh, cussing. Somebody was quick on the ones and twos to block out the cussing. How did they know he was going to cuss in order to beep it out? That's crazy cool. That sounds like modern day technology, or for another word, that sounds like some upper echelons podcasting with how that swear button was pushed like that. This is old news, but I did hear about that. You know, the whole Rory situation and his comments that he brought up in old tweets. This is what that episode is about, meaning they're talking about that, and Mark is letting the crew on the couch know what was said. Someone is like, what did he say? What did he say? What did he say? He says some not nice things that blew up on the internet for what seems like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. He was on this total recall. It was a total recall situation where he was on the fire for 2 weeks for the racially charged comments that he said on the Twitter. Wow, this goes back to the breakdown of Twitter. Before you could actually push retweet something, you did have to push RT to say that it was a retweet. Twitter is so confusing to this day. I'm on there, but I don't be on there tough like that. So while he's sitting here explaining everything, I'm going to speed over to AI overview so we can summarize everything up real quickly in one nice bowl. Now that this whole situation kind of blew over, can you please explain to me the whole Rory and Mal situation? Let's go. Can you? Thank you guys so much for coming in. To me, the whole Rory. No, Rory, no. People. And what was I gonna say? And oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna wait for AI overview to summarize this whole spiel while Mark talks about it. All right, so we are at the 18-minute, 52-second marker of the Joe Budden podcast, episode 878, Streets Need a Body. If you are interested, the link is in the description below. What they're talking about now is Mark is laying out the foundation to explain to everyone on the couch what went on with the whole controversy and situation with the new Rory and Mal situation. So while he explains, what I'm going to do is put this in a nice little bowl, compliments of AI overview, and while he talks, I'm just going to run it down for you guys. The recent controversy involving the podcast host of New Rory and Mal centers on the resurfacing of anti-Black and offensive tweets posted by Rory Farrell, the Rory in the user's question over a decade ago. The details of the situation, resurfaced tweets, specific comments. Under resurfaced retweets in November 2025, numerous screenshots of old tweets from Rory Farrell's account circulated on social media. These tweets contain explicitly offensive comments directed at Black women. Specific comments, according to AI Overview, the most widely condemned tweets included statements such as bad things in relation to African Americans' looks, and so on and so on. Moving forward, after those reactions, the reaction and apology. Let me pause it because I want to see what Joe was saying. He's doing his response on how he thought that whole situation on that podcast should have been taken care of, and also acknowledging that they really don't know the character of this guy. So pretty much he doing the Stephen A. I don't know much about that guy. Look, I just heard him to do one thing. That's just be on the pod and do your work. But moving on, the reaction and apology, public outrage, comments caused significant backlash, with many social media users and fans of the podcast calling Rory a racist and pointing out the hypocrisy of a Caucasian man living in hip hop culture while disparaging Black women. Initial response: Rory joined an X, formerly Twitter, space conversation to address the situation, but many participants felt he was being sarcastic. Now, this is the part where Mona just finished talking about saying that she don't think he did a good job apologizing. And this is also leading into the whole spiel at the 19-minute 54-second marker where Joe is putting his insight on how he feels about it. So Rory joined an X, formerly Twitter, space conversation to address the situation, but many participants felt he was being sarcastic, condescending, and trying to, quote, troll his way out of the situation. He also appeared to be deleting the problematic tweets in real time during the conversation. Not during the conversation. Guilty as charged. Don't you dare sing another song, or don't you dare write another song. Guilty as charged. Eventual apology. Rory eventually offered an apology, stating he was sorry for having quoted these words in this way, end quote, and took ownership of the decades-old post. However, his initial dismissive tone and perceived lack of genuine accountability left many fans underimpressed. The situation became a major topic of conversation within the hip-hop media community, leading to a broader discussion about race, accountability, and cancel culture. So that's pretty much bringing you up to speed of what Mark was explaining to his friends on the couch about this whole situation on the Rory and Mal show. Now it's leading up to what Joe has to say. Let's go. Thank you guys for coming in and pressing the like button. It really helps out. Let's see here. I'm not reading the tweets out loud neither, but they are provided in AI overview, and I skipped over them because they're, I'm not going to read it, but it's there for you to see. So he's saying that there were people, of course, who weren't around back then. I mean, it's been a long time. Twitter's been out for a good long time. So fresh people are on the scene, not even knowing who the Rory and Mal show are. They're watching them with new eyes. They're young, the youngins of planet Earth, So they're like, why is he saying this stuff? Because when he was introduced, everybody thought he was cool. So when did Twitter come out? How old is Twitter? That's why every so many years you'll see celebrities, to which I don't see anymore, they will reintroduce themselves to the world, because every 10 years there's a new fresh generation, and you want to keep them acclimated with what's going on, and you don't want to lose the line of sight of all the generations. So let's see here. Twitter, known as X, is 18 years old. So that's almost 2 decades, guys. That's dang near 2 decades. So for the younger decade, from 2006 or so, because Twitter, the first tweet on Twitter was March 21st, 2006. The public launch of Twitter was July 15, 2006. That's dang near 20 years ago. That's 2 generations. So we're thinking about the younger set of kids who are like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. They're seeing the Joe Budden podcast and the Rory and Mal show for what it is, not knowing that there was a history. Time goes by so fast. When you hop onto a podcast for the first time and watch it, you're just following the most current thing that they have. not thinking to necessarily go back into the history to see what they've done in the past or to see how much they've evolved and or changed. So that's what the emphasis is right now at this point on the podcast at the 20-minute, 14-second marker is there was no reintroduction to the new generations. These two dang near 3 generations that are out and about basically making this system work as far as social media. So let's continue playing it and see what it says. Shouts out to the new generations. So Mona is saying even the people who have been around, like the old heads, they still are heard about it, you know. And then Mark is saying he's thinking that some people are still giving him grace because that was so many years ago. So they're like, what's done is done. You don't know if he's evolved from the time he's done that till now. And now he continues, as he did his homework, Mark, and looked at all the tweets and stuff, it was too much for comfort. So you really couldn't really excuse it. And so now they're talking about how that grew legs, that whole situation grew legs, so much to the point that it was on TMZ. So let me see here. Let me look this up. Did TMZ there's a difference from being having the past, being repentant of it, for lack of a better word, and putting a lot of distance in between your old self to your new self. But if you're going back in your track record and seeing that there's really no signs of change, here we go. So did TMZ report on this matter in reference to the Rory and Mal show? According to AI Overview, yes, TMZ extensively reported on the controversy surrounding Rory Farrell's resurfaced anti-black tweets. TMZ covered the situation on their website and social media platforms. Article, social media, details of the reports. They were talking about back in 2011 how Twitter was really bad. It was like the wild, wild west. To me, Twitter still seems like the wild, wild west. Do you guys, if you still are on Twitter, just in the sidelines reading all the comments, or if you're a participant, meaning you have your own Twitter account or whatever, do you think the Twitter is still the wild, wild west? Or has it been some more restraints on it that's a little tighter so you cannot be so verbally expressive? This is crazy. Moving forward. Is Twitter still considered the wild, wild west? I want to know. I'm curious about that. Is Twitter still considered the wild, wild west of social media? Yes, X, formerly known as Twitter, is frequently described as resembling the wild, wild west of social media, particularly since Elon Musk's acquisition and subsequent changes to the platform's policy. Wow. Goodness. Moving forward in this video, I'm at the 22-minute marker right now. Hi. So this is an important fact right here. Joe says he does not think that Rory is racist, okay? That he's standing on that. But since he being Rory, did not clear it up in a decent way, it leaves this heavy fog of doubt over him now. So he gonna have to have a press conference now. This is gonna extend everything. He's gonna have to have some type of press conference so they can really pick his brain, so he can expound on, explain to me the Rory 11 years ago versus the Rory of mid-time and now. So explain to me your past self, your middle self, and your present self. How have these tweets evolutionized your train of thinking? Are you the Rory of old? And how are you today? Have you forgiven yourself for thinking in this mindset? What put you in this mindset? Y'all gonna have to do a whole full breakdown, write a book, have a book talk, Joe, because y'all supposed to have a book talk. He write a book and talk about the breakdowns of Rory and be the male Iyanla Vanzant. So he can have a redemption moment. Okay? Have a redemptive moment so everybody can see what is really going on. Because to me, it seemed like he really had a hard time addressing the situation. Meaning, it was time for him to be accountable. And there aren't any tools in the arsenal for him to grasp on, to sew the words together in reference to acknowledging accountability on something that is righteously wrong. Where's that in his repertoire? Let's work together on this new podcast thing and see the breakdowns of Rory. Let's maximize this situation so he can have some redemption, so we can keep moving forward. It's hard out here. Everybody needs to eat. And pray that he will get his lesson, because it's not going to be able to happen again. Hey, what's going on? Let me push play on here. Do you think the Rory and Mal show is going to be canceled now? RORY and Mal, our podcast is going to get canceled. I'm asking to see if anybody thinks that the show is going to get canceled, because they're still talking about the same topic, meaning going back and forth, expressing one's opinions, about the show and what happened on Rory and Mal. Rather, the new Rory and Mal podcast will be canceled. And I'm just realizing, Rory and Mal used to be, working with Joel. So it's like we're talking about them as if they were kind of there at the show. Whether or not the Rory and Mal podcast will be canceled is a matter of speculation, but it seems unlikely in the short term, primarily because the hosts maintain direct control over their content and distribution. Here are the key factors influencing their potential longevity. So let me put a pause on the video, because I want to read some more about this. This is quite interesting for me in reference to that. And then maybe it'll give you guys some new seeds of thought in reference for all of that. Thank you for coming in. Here are the key factors influencing their potential longevity. Y'all, I didn't even realize my face was out of the screen. I'm up here leaning in for it on the screen because I'm interested in this particular answer to a question. I asked, do you think that the Rory and Mal podcast is going to get canceled, basically because of what happened, what seems like 2 weeks ago? And here are a few key factors influencing the potential longevity of the Rory and Mal show, according to AI independent platform. Advertiser boycott is a key risk. And audience loyalty versus outrage. Monetization. I like that one. I look forward to getting to the audience loyalty versus outrage. So it says here, independent platform, the podcast is no longer affiliated with major traditional media companies like Complex or Spotify. Sounds like they're on their own. They own and operate their own independent network, meaning there is no large corporate entity that can unilaterally cancel their show for pull funding in the same way. Okay. So we're a little Lex Luthor on the beat, a little free to stick and move with our language because ain't nobody shackling them down with rules and regulations. I get it. So even having said that, if they are free to roam and speak freely, the magnifying lens comes back to Rory, as people probably start going back in other podcasts from 2024, 23 to now to see if he's saying anything that's indicating a reflection of the past tweets he did years ago. And I'm quite sure there's somebody from the newer generations who are feverishly compiling a list of all the things that have them looking at Rory sideways. I guarantee you. Since they are free to speak because they don't have any podcast shackles on them by way of examples, Complex or Spotify. The Rory and Mal people, they're an independent platform. They own and operate their own independent network, meaning there is no large corporate entity that can unilaterally cancel their show or pull funding in the same way. Advertiser boycott is a key risk. The primary threat to their show long-term visibility will be a widespread and sustained boycott like Target by advertisers and sponsors. If the controversy makes brands unwilling to associate their products with the podcast, it could lead to financial instability that forces the show to end. So it's one of those situations, the Captain Planet, the power is yours, people, on how far you want this wagon train to run. But I think if he did the setup, like I said, for setting up an legit display of redemption, this might be a fence that we can fuse together and be on one accord again. Monetization models, they have diversified monetization including YouTube views, like live shows, merchandise, which may insulate them slightly from a pure advertiser and boycott. Let me put this down in here and see what this is. Is there anything else? Because this was a good point. So ultimately, the power to continue the podcast rests largely with Rory, Farrell, and Mal themselves, provided they can maintain enough revenue to operate and attract an audience willing to support them despite the controversy. Now in life, a little rain must fall. Shouts out to Darla Dimple. That is a quote from a Warner Brothers movie with the aid of Steven Spielberg. She said, "Well, Max, in life, a little rain must fall. Max, mend the valve." So this is the rainy day. Cue, what's that dude? Cue Ja Rule. Although those rainy days. Okay, we are gonna have rainy days, such as life, albeit even in the form of podcasting. Let's see if he'll be able to overcome the thunderstorm of aggression from people who heard him spew those words through the tweets. Let's push this forward. We are at the 24-minute, 23-second marker. So let's see here what they're saying now. Thank you guys for coming in and pressing the like button. So they are still talking about this sad topic, but I don't feel there's a need for me necessarily to further expound on what I think and feel about the situation. I gave a solution that I think will work. And now we'll wait and hope that they'll apply a beneficial solution to mend the fences on this. Mona said she Googled ways to apologize to people, because there's different forms of ways to apologize to people. Kind of like, they say they have love languages. Some people like to cook food, some like to give gifts or whatever. So Mona is saying she was looking at different examples and ways to apologize to people depending on the scenario. And I think that's a really nice idea. Because it's nice to expand your mind in that, because you might have to learn how to put yourself in someone's shoes when you're apologizing. So to have different ways to respond to people in a variety of ways that are non-manipulative, I think that's a smart idea. Let's go, Mona. So they're talking about the immediate response of how he responded. They think it was too quickly. Sometimes you have to give it a small, quick breath, not too long. Breathe. Then go forward. It don't seem like there weren't any breaks, pause during this. It was just one hit after one hit and one after one hit. And it turned into a huge, massive snowball effect, which is why we're talking about it. Wow, that's a good question, Mona. So she was like, so around the age. So she wanted to see how old he was during the time he placed those tweets, versus to how old he is today. So they said around the proxy of a teen versus his 35-year age today. Thusly, grappling your minds around the maturity of the tweets at the time. Ha 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 ha. They're talking about Mona, how someone told her to basically change how her shade of emojis look like. That's funny. Shout out to the emojis now, because like the Crayola crayons, it's been a long time coming, because now they have the crayons where you can get a shade to match your complexion now, so you don't have to mix and blend the colors to make a color to best reflect you. So that's really cool too, because when I was coloring myself when I was growing up, I had to mix colors together to get something that kind of resembled the shade of me. I don't have to do that anymore. Yeah. Kayla Nicole. Oh, let me go to that. Okay, so in reference to this, did podcast host Kayla get, excuse me, did I spell that right? S-C-R-E-T. For standing up for let's just say for I am formulating the question because it goes in tie with what they're talking about now. Oh my gosh. So correct me if I'm wrong, or feel free to update me on something. So it says here, according to AI Overview, it appears there might be a misunderstanding or misidentification of the individual involved in calling out Rory. The person who received the significant scrutiny around the same time the Rory situation unfolded was Kayla Nicole, but not for calling out Rory. Instead, her own old offensive tweets resurfaced, leading to public backlash and an apology from her. Did y'all hear about that? Kayla Nicole's scrutiny. Kayla Nicole, a podcaster, model, and media personality, and former partner of NFL star Travis Klein's I know I said that word, his last name wrong. Travis K faced intense scrutiny in November 2025 when her past, racist and the other meow 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 tweets from around 2010 to 2012 circulated online. The backlash, the resurfaced post caused a major public outcry, with social media users calling her a hypocrite and demanding accountability. Her response, she initially deleted her Twitter account. I did hear about that, so that was her. I heard that during all of this, they asked if, so she did delete her account. They asked if I heard that she deleted her account. Now, did she just simply put it on private, or is that account totally out of commission because of it? Her response, she initially deleted her Twitter account and later posted a sincere apology on Instagram, expressing shame for her past words. While that was a big move, during Roy's controversial X-Space conversation where he addressed his own offensive tweets, several Black journalists and fans called him out directly, while various individuals participated in that heated conversation. The news reports focus on the general negative reaction from participants and the, quote, tongue lashing, end quote, he received. Rather than one specific podcast host, Kayla, being the sole person to call him out and face subsequent scrutiny for that action. And lastly, according to AI Overview, the scrutiny on Kayla Nicole happened concurrently. That's how you spell concurrently. Good mercy. Live and learn, y'all. The scrutiny on Kayla Nicole happened concurrently with the Rory controversy, but it was due to her own past actions, not because she publicly criticized Rory. Back to the video. I am currently at the 28-minute, 25-second marker, and I've been on here, this live stream, for almost an hour and 30 minutes. And I've been learning things, putting stuff together, making my thought processes solid in reference to this whole Rory and Mal thing. They've talked about a little more than that as well, and it caused me to pause the live stream so I can look up and see what they're talking about. Educate myself like a Kindle as I go. The Joe Budden Podcast, episode 878, Streets Need a Body. The link is in the description below if you care to follow along with me. I will be starting and stopping this a lot. You won't hear the audio, which is why the link is in the description below. But I am on the timestamp of 28 minutes, 25 seconds, and I'm about to start. Since we are in the apology segment of the show, welcome to the apology segment of the JBP, where the song playing in the background is Ruben Studdard. This is my sorrowful 2004. So they're still talking about the same topic. I'm going to let it play. I believe I've said enough. Unless they say something else that sparks my interest to make me want to ask about it. Oh, I washed my hair yesterday and blow dried it. It is getting longer. Okay, so we have which chicken you like. We have in the survey, Church's chicken is at 20%. I voted for 20%. I like Church's chicken. And we've got Popeye's chicken at 40% and KFC's at 40%. Y'all, Popeye's chicken and KFC are in the lead. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Really? So what's your form of, do you have Jollibee? Do you guys have the Jollibee chicken place? I talked about Jollibee chicken place on one of my live streams when I dressed up as a cow for Morning Moo. I did a whole live stream about the Jollibee restaurant. Jollibee is known to be overseas. Y'all don't have Jollibee? Dang. I'm sorry. McDonald's, KFC, and Burger King is all I can think of. Okay. I'll tell you, no, that's a good question. Is Subway fast food? It depends on who's making the sandwich. That's a good question. Ha! They said it was ChatGPT. It's fast, but can it be healthy? Well, I think it's a healthy choice. Not too heavy on the mayonnaise, and I think all is well. Hey! Let me put some food in the chat. Let me see. I think, because anybody can make a sandwich. I can make my own sandwich. So what makes Subway a fast food restaurant, I think, is the fact that you don't have to fix the food. That's one of the conveniences about it. You don't have to sit up there and put all the things together to make a sandwich. All right. Let's reserve some room for other people to chat. Let's limit how much you're saying, like one thing after the other. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. Thank you guys so much for pressing the like button on your way in. They're talking about what we summarized already by way of AI overview, and they're touching on the Kayla Nicole situation. And AI overview summed that up already. It's sad she closed her account, but I don't know if it's deactivated or not. Will it tell us that information? She simply put her Twitter account on private, or did she permanently? So let me see. Did she simply put it on private, or did she delete it? Hey, what's going on, Tarsus? Wow, bam, long time no see. Sorry, Kazaya this morning. Let's see here on Freestyle Thursdays. Good morning from Australia. So it says here, Kayla Nicole permanently deleted her Twitter account entirely. She did not simply set it to private, according to AI Overview. Wow, all that history. How long did she have her account? In her public apology, she explicitly stated, quote, "I have since deleted those tweets and my ex account entirely because I refuse to keep that energy alive or contribute to a cycle of hate," end quote. That was a tough move. The account was deactivated in November 2025 after a flood of her old offensive posts from the early 2010s resurfaced and went viral, sparking significant public outrage. Dang, girl, just put it on private. Have your publicist, if you have one, comb through that puppy. That's a lot of history lost and staying power of your Twitter birthday, man. It's like a badge of honor. I've been in these Twitter streets for over 25 years, girl. I went through hellfire and brimstone. I said some things I shouldn't have said, but I rise. But now that's all gone. Keep it. Get gritty. Let's get gritty with it. Come on, podcasters. We got to get tough. I know someday, one day, the ships are going to sail and folks going to be pointing at me about stuff. But you got to get tough. I will hate for you to have to delete your whole legacy because you haven't been trained on how to take the hits. And that's not fair. Hence why a lot of the celebrities that are considered the older celebrities now emphasize like a revolving door. Media training. They need media training. the lack thereof. This is a result of her closing down her account altogether, and other people who are just shutting things down together. When in doubt, wait it out. At least put it on private. Get a team of people around you to see how y'all can salvage the situation. Let me move forward. Hercules. Sure she is. That's funny. Oh man, not Hercules. So if you're interested in following along, the link is in the description below. I am at the 32-minute 19-second marker of the show. So Mark is going on talking about there's a thing called, or a method called, the anatomy of an apology. So he's saying in reference to the woman who was also in a position of having to do a formal open apology, named Kayla Nicole. He said that he feels that she did a good job apologizing versus to Rory's apology. And then in addition to that, she shut down her Twitter. All right, they're getting into the music segment. So right here, I'm going to pause it there at the 33-minute 27 marker timestamp. We've only been reviewing this particular podcast, A78, for a half hour, but I had to stop it a lot so I can keep up to date with what they were saying. And they're still not showing Mona's shoes. Hopefully they'll show what shoes she's wearing with her outfit. At this angle, Parks got on the Chuck Taylors, and it looks like Joe's wearing the Sauconys, but his shoes should be with Mona's outfit. Dang. So I'm going to get ready to wrap it up right here, because when I come in for part 2, they'll be talking about music. So this is a great place to pull the plug and move forward. Step 1, admit you're wrong. Step 2, make them a Popeye. Yeah, don't go picking it up from KFC. You need to roll up your sleeves and make it homemade, because there's nothing like homemade food to bring families together. So lastly, in the survey here, it says, let me pull it up really quickly. You guys really did good participating today. I have which chicken you like. We have KFC at 47%, to my surprise. Popeyes is at a smooth second at 35%. And Church's Chicken is at 18%. I voted for Church's Chicken. Hercules the Shark will be on tomorrow, back by popular demand. Your boy Hercules the Shark at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. He will be on there for a 30-minute set or longer. After Hercules the Shark is finished with Fish Fry Fridays, in about 2 or 3 hours after that, he will be popping back on the live stream again to do, upon request because of me, the Fusion Fridays Music with Hercules. Fusion Friday Music with Hercules is a small segment where he tries to stick to the script and read off the teleprompter facts about music legends, music history, or anything regarding the realm of music. I want to thank you guys for coming in and having a good time with me. Shout out to my replay gang. Once again, thank you, Tarsis, for coming in. You guys, thanks a lot for your support. Our channel is growing, and I'm speechless. I'm very speechless and very grateful for you guys turning up and supporting as someone a little different out here on these YouTube streets. All right, guys. See you Monday. Hercules will be on tomorrow. Bye-bye.